Welcome back to Ship Happens. So today feels like winter has arrived. I have got my heated jacket on for the first time all year, and the boat heating is on. So today we've got a lot to get through, but the first job is to get the planks all cleaned up and painted. And I don't need to go all the way to the top because they'll all be getting cut off because they're still a bit over high at the minute.
Right, so we are now ready to, I'm going to say fit the beam shell, but we need to cut the beam shell to length. We'll take on the measurements. Yeah, let's cut them and glue them in. Right, so they're all marked out now. Sticking through the chop saw. One day we'll get some new brushes for this saw. It's a good saw. Just doesn't start very well, does it?
You just dripped that everywhere, haven't you? This is why I don't let you play with epoxy, do you? Half my engine room's now covered in epoxy. At least it'll be waterproof.
This is an awful place to work.
You're on your own on this one. That web frame.
Yeah, I've got to leave it.
Okay, so you stay there, I'll stick the glue in now, that's going down lovely.
Okay. Almost home.
Yeah.
You don't need to send it up massively all the way at the moment, but
Okay, we'll do the end.
looking good.
Yeah.
Still need to get some of them notched trowel things, don't we?
Ah, I'll make you some.
Yeah, okay. So you could do that?
Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
I'll show you later on. It's definitely not the easiest place to work, is it?
No, it's crap.
Beautiful. Oh, that was easy.
So it just wants to go in this.
Right to me, 5mm. Beautiful.
Right, start clamping her up.
Clamp her up and clean up all the epoxy used. So that is the first bit of a Roco that we got donated from Richard, fitted to the boat. So thank you again so much, Richard, because that amount of wood is just priceless to us. It's going to get some good uses aboard the boat. So it's packer time. So all the packers for the old tank room are now ready, just drying in the sun. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think these are called lodging knees. So these go against all the bulkheads and basically tie into the top packers. I think it's basically to stop the bulkhead moving forward and aft, isn't it? And these can all go in after the deck's gone on, so we can get them all nice and snug up to the deck once the deck's on, yeah? I would have got 3 of these at the workshop due to be cleaned up, but now I've got this one off, we can clean them all up and then refit these at some point later date. Right, so let's get these 2 knees off, then we can start taking this beam off. So now it was going to cut all the way along there. So I think we'll focus our attention now on this beam end. So I think we're going to join it around here somewhere. So I just had to hack out this part here because I knew beam was going to come in here and land. But this goes into the midship saloon. Obviously I've had to remove a bit off this. So it's quite a lot going on in that one corner. So the sooner we get this beam in, the better, I think. We'll make the beam and then we'll do some tops of the plank repairs. So we've got this piece made now, so our new beam is going to land in here. We've notched out the back end as we normally do to go over the beam shelf. I've made a little plank to go in there. So it's time to get the glue out now and slap loads of epoxy on it and get it fixed. Fits quite good. Right, it's all cleaned up, and bit of tape on it so it don't get stuck to it. I've marked out this side now, so we need to cut this out with the multi-tool, and then our beam will land in there then. There's some proper aerobatic microlighters. That was proper, wasn't it? They've been like buzzing around all day, but they've been sort of touching the grass over there with the feet. Every time I hear them, I can't get up in time. Good lads. Having fun. There you go, we've got a nice landing now for the beam to go on. Alright, let's make a beam. Alright, so here's our piece of Iroko that we're going to be using for the beam. So the overall length of the beam is 1.6. So I'm going to cut the overall length first. Not bad car actually. Well, I think I can say, yeah, it's measured correctly. I'm not going to fill it all the way because there's a lot of banging, damaging it. So what we need to do now is cut the other side of this for the beams to come to. So we need some like 50mm slots. And this on the other side now. So I'll mark them out, then we'll get the router out and cut them. Right, let's get some glue out and fit this. Hey, beauty. I may have used too much glue. Just a smidge too much. I'll clean that up before Gemma sees it.
Well, we can definitely tell that the cleaning up fairy wasn't here yesterday. So, before we start today, I've got a little bit of tidying up to do. And maybe some epoxy clean up too.
I'm going to start with putting the nails into the beam shelf, into the frames and the packers behind. So we're going to be able to nail there, there. So we're going to be putting in some 5mm B150 big copper nails.
Right, time to give this a good sand and a paint. New pad time.
Right, so now we need to make some beams, so going from there to there. I'm going to make a fresh template because we actually cut the other one down because there's one big and one small in there. They're about 10mm difference. We'll make a fresh template. So we'll do the big one first and we can shorten the template down for the small one. So I've already marked it out. I'm just going to cut that out now. It fits in there quite nice. It's just slightly high at the moment, but as we did with the other side, I'm going to make this one next and then we can bring them both down together. I've got to cut my web frame off now. What's Gemma up to?
Can you also make sure that you fit these the right way up? Oh, you made one mistake and you never live it down.
Yeah. Yeah, you cut one piece of wood wrong.
Oh no, you didn't cut it wrong, you fitted it wrong.
Oh, yeah, upside down, yeah.
So draw an arrow for up.
Yeah, an up arrow. Okay, what are you up to?
So the plan is, when we ply this, we'd like to get further down the boat. So I'm just making some more infill packers for this side.
That's my workbench.
It's my cutting saw.
It's not the only flat surface you can work on. And you can say you could use the bench, but that's a flat surface and it gets full of them. We need more benches in here, Gem.
We do, we do.
Nice hat. I think she had safety gloves on. Okay, so that's definitely up. Me and Gemma just having a quick discussion off camera. There's a slight sort of technical error. But does it matter?
You know, like that really bad feeling when like your wood's too small.
Man, I've that problem all the time.
Yeah, well that's the problem that we've got today. Simon's wood is too small. First time I've ever said that.
It does. Right, so here's the template. I've slightly shortened. So this fits into the Iroko beam that we put in. This goes up and over the beam shelf here. But my template's a bit too short.
Just on that corner.
So it's shy by about 5 millish.
That much. That's my measure, it's shy by that much. That's from the fingertips.
So I know you're thinking, I'll just get another one. But we've basically cut all the top of it. It's all like cambered out and everything. But I think we've got to shorten it down even more anyway. So
at the end of the day,
I don't think it really matters.
the old beams didn't even fit as good as our beams do.
No.
So either we fill it full of tickly throat. We fill it full of thickened epoxy, or we make a little shim.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything anyway, does it? So yeah, a little shim.
Only
Right.
the ends of the beam.
Come on,
To be honest, like for years, the boat hasn't had any ends of beams. So one being 5 mil short,
Yeah.
it's not going to make a huge
Structurally,
difference.
it's not doing anything as long as it lands on the beam shelf. That's the end. Ah, bugger. Yeah, let's go for it.
There you go. So
Slight little bodge.
yeah, not everything is perfect all the
No.
time, but it's not like it's not going to sink the boat.
No, and I bet I'll fit it easier as well.
Yeah.
It's just an expansion gap.
So while Simon's messing around with his small wood, let's go and paint.
Inadequate wood.
Let's go and paint the beam shelf in the engine room.
So I need to play in the top of. Let me see if I can get around Emma. That one.
Ah.
So what we're gonna do is paint it first, have dinner. This paint cake's pretty fast, so.
Have you put them in the right way?
Is the right way?
Is the arrow up?
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, it's on this one.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
checking.
So they're fitting quite nice now. Got me straightest of edges. Oh, that's not actually, needs a hit.
There's a hammer.
There we go. Right, so if we can get the glue out now and fit these. Right, all the glue jam.
Like, so we get all of that squidge.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Let's make sure there's enough. I can see a big bit missing.
I know, I haven't done the sides because I don't want it to drip on my head.
I'm sorry, you've got a hat on.
That'll definitely fill any expansion gaps, won't it?
Hopefully the final fit. Yeah.
What's the weather like up there?
It's been like this all day. A bit overcast, but no rain, so that's good. And it's not massively cold either.
I feel cold, I've got 2 hoodies on. Cleaning up all the epoxy.
I just made a little wedge to go in the end of this one. Right, so making the infills now to go in there. Beautiful.
Saw's not running the best with the really low batteries that we've got at the minute.
It's mains powered, so it shouldn't really be affected, but...
Well, it is, because where does the mains power come from? The battery.
Yeah, it comes from the batteries, but he'll have a worker, it won't. Yeah.
Well.
That's horsepower!
So we've just had a comment on Facebook about someone who thinks they're dead smart and knows everything, saying how much money we make on YouTube, and basically saying we can say anything on camera and we'll get it, because that's the way it works for us, isn't it? So if a big company out there wants to sponsor us with a new saw and some power tools instead of us using
cast-offs.
Cast-off that's probably about 20 years old, if he's right, and that because he's commenting, it must be true, mustn't it? So if that's the way it works, where's all our big fancy tools?
I hate trolls.
Oh.
If I ever become a dictator, right, they're the first to go.
It's just like, oh, you millions, so that's why we drive around in like a 2008 van. We look like this.
I quite like looking like this,
yeah.
to be honest with you.
We get everything given to us. Well, it's not. It's like the amount of money this costs. And it's, I said to this person, I'd love just for me and Simon to be able to actually earn minimum wage doing this, but that doesn't work. We don't.
Anyway,
so
he's really pissed her off today, so...
Yeah. Do you know what? And I know you'll all say, oh, don't listen to one person. But what you guys have got to remember, or people who sit there writing negative stuff, is that we're people, and sort of we've got feelings. And I know, you know, for every one comment, there's hundreds of absolutely awesome, positive ones. But it only takes one prick to pop a balloon.
Right, so all the infills are cut now. So now we need to cut the angle on them and along this line, but we're going to leave it big. Right, these are all cut now. So what we're going to do is fit them. What we normally do is we'll usually paint these and then we'll go home, then we'll come back, the paint will be nice and dry. But we're fitting these now, basically. So I think how are we going to prepare them?
Glue.
Oh, glue. So we're going to smear glue all over the back and that'll be, it's like painting it.
And today's glue is surprised. It's supplied from Robert Thornley, so thank you so much for the box of glue that you sent.
Yeah.
Because that really does help.
It does help, thank you.
So yeah, let's get gluing. Number one.
Right, we've just had a bit it's all going wrong. So I ended up cutting the number off it and we couldn't figure out which one it was, but luckily the other two had number 2 and number 3 on it, so we did some man maths and realised that this will be number 1. Bit slippery. Oh, look at that. She's a beauty.
Snug as a bug. Right, next two. I'm going to be so happy when we got fly there.
Right, so got the 3 packers in. All we need to do now is put the knees on. Dun, 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 dun.
At least I can walk on my nice solid deck.
Yeah, it is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm quite looking forward to the next job, which is all this, yeah. Really upsets the generator, that thing. When the load comes on and goes off.
I'm getting sick of that generator sound already.
It's the beginning of the year.
No, we've only had like a week of bad weather in the generator, but no solar in the UK. we get it good for like three months-ish, and then it's the nature of the beast though, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Beautiful. Right, I think we're ready to start cutting some plywood.
Well, that's good because I just marked it out.
You marked it out already?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I got your saw ready. Turn off
The
that
generator.
noisy generator.
It's pretty cool. You can turn your Jenny off by your phone.
Yeah, it is quite good. I'm going to go outside in the cold.
So, we've just done all that work for this much deck.
Yeah, I know. It looks pitiful, doesn't it? But that bit of deck was what was stopping us finishing the front of the wheelhouse.
Yeah. Right, let's cut this. Alright, see if this fits.
You always say that.
Do it.
Yeah.
Does it always fit?
Yeah, most 99%.
Well, I'm going to keep saying it then.
We should have like a ship happens bingo every time Simon says, let's see if it fits.
I've got a bad feeling now.
I know I say so a lot.
Yeah, Gemma says so. What do I say?
Right.
Right then.
Every sentence you start with right. And do you know what? Now that we've just pointed it out, it's going to probably annoy you every video and you're going to stop watching. Right then.
Right. So. Come on.
Am I doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
You know I'm not walking out to this door, so...
No. Just, I'd rather you leave it there then.
I'm not... There's not understand on! Well, I want this edge to the inside.
You want that edge to the inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't want that staple.
You don't want staple. Right.
Stop it.
It's nice and solid, your boat, you know. Really good. I remember Gemma saying a few episodes back that all she wants is to be able to feel safe when she steps out this door, so...
That's going to happen today.
I'm satisfied lady. This doesn't look big enough.
Well, I measured it, so...
Yeah, she's good.
Okay. Oh. Yeah?
Yeah, okay, right, we need to do a cut on this though.
Yeah.
Right, she just wants a slight cut, slight taper. Yeah, the boat's a bit wonky, don't you? So, I'll chop off.
The boat's not wonky. It's just the way the boards are being put down.
Well, everything's wonky, isn't it?
Foxy this end grain.
Did you do this glowing round there?
Nope. You can tell that wasn't me.
I think it might have been me. I think I should have waited for Gemma, shouldn't I? It'll sound off.
I've already tried to sound half of it off.
It broke the sander.
Right then, we are now officially ready for that board.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So I'll pass it to you on. Do you want to go the long one? Okay. So I get this back corner in here. About there?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to have to drop. Okay.
Okay, I'm good on my back. Okay, I'm good. So I'm safe at half out the door. I can't stand on that bit yet.
No, not yet, no.
Cool.
Woo.
We're getting there, aren't we?
Yeah.
I love all these little milestones, like when I go, oh, I can't wait for this, and then it happens, and so yeah, really, really getting there. So yeah, my next milestone, can't wait for the whole curve on the front of the wheelhouse is done. So hopefully, if this weather holds off, that will be in next week's episode. We've just got to go and get more ply, And also we've got to wait in for a fiberglass delivery because we ran out of all the fiberglass and supplies and the grey paint. So that's tomorrow's job. But luckily it's gonna absolutely bucket down tomorrow. So supply run day. Yeah, come back next week and yeah, for more progress. I love it. We seem to be progressing quite well at the minute because, well, we should be with the amount of hours we're putting in. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for your support. And also, I've not mentioned it for a while actually, but thank you to Scotty for helping us out with the plywood on the deck, because all this wouldn't be possible without you. So thank you all for watching. See you next week.